Hello everyone. We will discuss the roles of a teacher leader education curriculum.
Hi everyone, I'm Zani A. Amalacion, and I will discuss the varied roles of a teacher leader. The varied roles of a teacher leader. So first, what is a teacher leader? A teacher leader has a passion for both teaching students and mentoring or assisting fellow teachers. In schools, the term teacher leader is commonly applied to teachers who have taken on leadership roles and additional professional responsibilities. And now, let's talk about the roles of teacher leader. First, we have resource provider, instructional specialist, curriculum specialist, classroom supporters, mentor, school leader, data coach, and last, learner. First, we have resource provider. Teachers help their colleagues by sharing instructional resources. This might include books, websites, instructional materials, readings, or other resources to use with the students. Next, instructional specialist. An instructional specialist help colleagues implement effective teaching strategy. Instructional specialists might study research-based classroom strategies, explore which instructional methodologies are appropriate for the schools, and share findings with colleagues. Tutoring students in standard English grammar, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, and usage. Third, curriculum specialist. Curriculum specialist leads teachers to agree on standards, follow the adapt curriculum, use common passing and develop shared assessment. Instruction and assessment is an essential to ensure consistent curriculum implementation throughout a school. Another, curriculum specialists often work with school staff to help them build or improve course component. For example, they may lead sessions that focus on unit assessment, investigating whether in a curriculum strike a balance between formative and summative assessment. Number 4, classroom supporter. Work inside classroom to help teacher implement new ideas, often by demonstrating a lesson, co-teaching, or observing and giving feedback. Consultation with peers enhance teachers' self-efficacy as they reflected on practice and grew together on the part of teacher. Example task assessment. This is a multi-faceted example of positive behavior support in the classroom. Teachers can implement technique both before and after students work on a task. And as they assign a task, teacher can provide guidelines of what behaviors are expected. For instance, teacher can tell their students to stay quiet while they complete a time test and remind them to raise their hands if they have a question during the test. Teacher should also make sure that students fully understand the desired behavior as the task is assigned. And after the student complete the task, the teacher can assess if a student complete it with the correct behavior. Teacher can use their assessment to determine if they need to change their strategy of how they assign a specific task in the future. Next is school leader. Being a school leader means serving on a committee, such as a school improvement team, or representing the school on community or district task forces or committees. A school leader shares the vision of the school, aligns his or her professional goals with those of the schools and district, and share the responsibility for the successful of the school as a whole. Next, mentor. Mentors serve as a role models, acclimate new teachers to a new school, and advise new teachers about instruction, curriculum, procedures, practice, and politics. Being a mentor takes a great deal of time and expertise and makes significant contribution to the development of a new professional. Another, mentor in academics. Mentor is often used synonymously with faculty advisor. For example, after college, her professor became her close friend and mentor. Another example is he needed a mentor to teach him about the world of politics. Last, learner. Among the most important roles of teacher leaders assume is that of learner, because learner model continual improvement, demonstrate lifelong learning, and use what they learn to help all students achieve.
Good day everyone, my name is Sarah Corpus. My report entitled Teacher Leadership and the New Teacher Education Curriculum.
Teacher leadership and the new teacher education curriculum. Teachers are leaders all day. They lead by example in the way they act, speak, and behave. They lead their students through challenging activities and rigorous learning. Then, they take on additional teacher leadership's role inside and outside the classrooms. Leadership styles. In school, there are always selfless teachers who support students at all costs, trusted by students and staff alike. These teachers are known to make decisions based on students' needs. They need to be focused, strategic, innovative, and collaborative. These qualities not only help teachers improve learning outcomes, but also help build community, encourage inclusivity, and create a culture of continuous improvement for themselves, their college, and their students.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah A. Manong and I will discuss the critical component of an effective teacher education program. First, what is education? Education is a process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, particularly at a school or university. Ang education ay ang proseso ng learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits. Nature of teacher education. Teacher education is a program that is related to the development of teacher proficiency and competence that would enable and empower the teacher to meet the requirements of the profession and face the challenges therein. Teacher education is a continuous process, and its pre-service and in-service components are complementary to each other. Teacher education is based on the theory that teachers are made, not born, in contrary to the assumption teachers are born, not made. Teacher education refers to the policies and procedures designed to equip prospective teachers with the knowledge, attitudes, behaviors, and skills they require to perform their tasks effectively in the classroom, school, and wider community. Teacher education also encompasses teaching skills, sound pedagogical theory, and professional skills. Teacher education. Teaching is a profession and is a process of professional preparation of teachers. Teaching is an art that can be acquired through a series of well-designed activities. It's imperative, therefore, due emphasis should be laid on the education of the teachers. NCFT in 2010 described that teaching is a profession and teacher education is a process of professional preparation of teachers. For example, if you educate a boy, you educate one individual. If you educate a girl, you educate a teacher. If you educate a teacher, you educate a community. Knowledge is a power implies that teaching is an art that can be acquired through a series of well-designed activities. It's imperative, therefore due emphasis should be laid on the education of the teacher. Teacher education program that it should prepare good teachers by providing them with a sound foundation of the theoretical knowledge, understanding, skills, attitudes, and interests. It should enable the trainees to acquire knowledge, skills, and techniques for effective teaching and to inculcate in the trainees the desired ideas and behavioral patterns of the society in which we live. The improvement of educational provision in every country is greatly dependent on the efficiency of teachers' education. This efficiency in turn depends on the knowledge and skills obtained during their education on a first level, on the accumulation of their professional experience, its practical application, and its interaction with the educational context on the second level, and on the potential offered to the teacher during his or her professional career to adapt to the new development so that they are able to constantly adapted, improve, and modernize. Scope of teacher education. The scope of teacher education can be understood in the following ways. Number 1, it at different levels of education. 2, triangular basis of teacher education. And 3, aspects of teacher education. We have 5 types of teacher education programs. Ang first ay ang pre-primary teacher education. Ito yung mga Montessori, kindergarten, nursery, pre-basic, at iba pa. Ang primary teacher education, minimum qualification for admission into the course is high school examination and duration is of 2 years. Secondary teacher education, ito yung mga BA degree. The minimum qualification for entrance is graduation. Ang higher education programs, ito yung mga 2-year MEd course, 2-year MA in Education, 2-year PhD course after MEd and MA Education, postgraduate diploma in some aspects of education after BEd. Vocational teachers training, training teacher in technical subjects, a 1-year diploma in physical education, training courses to prepare teachers of music, dancing, painting, and fine arts. 1-year training course to prepare teachers for home science, certificate courses in arts and crafts. The structure of teacher education curriculum and its vision in curriculum documents of NSERT and NCTE at secondary level has 3 parts. First is the perspective education, second, curriculum and pedagogic studies, and 3, engagement with the field. Ang perspective in the education, nandito ang course childhood and growing up, contemporary India and education, learning and teaching, gender, school and society, knowledge and curriculum, and creating an inclusive school. Curriculum and pedagogic studies. The courses under the curricular area of Curriculum and Pedagogic Studies for the 2-year period include Language across the curriculum, Understanding disciplines and subject, Pedagogy of a school subject, and Assessment for learning. Engagement with the field, the self, the child, community, and school. For self-learning, reflection, assimilation, and articulation of new ideas, developing capacities for self-directed learning and the ability to think, be self-critical, and to work collaboratively in works. Vision in curriculum documents on NCERT and NCTE at elementary, secondary, and higher secondary levels. For content enrichment to generate understanding and knowledge, examine disciplinary knowledge and social realities, relate subject matter with the social aspect, and develop critical thinking. To develop professional skills and pedagogy, observation, documentation, analysis, drama craft, storytelling, and reflective inquiry. A good teacher education program, first of all, is coherent. That is, it has an idea about what good teaching is and then it organizes all of its work, all of the clinical experiences around that vision. So it's not just a random assortment of courses and experiences for people. The courses are very much connected to practice as well as to theory. They say, in fact, that there's nothing as practical as a good theory, and in fact, there is nothing as theoretical as good practice. And good teacher education programs have students in the classroom working constantly with expert master teachers while they're also teaching students for a variety of ideas about how students learn, about how to assess their learning, about effective learning strategies.